I'm Bob Gallagher, the mayor of the city of Bettendorf, Iowa. Today is Friday, November 22nd, 2024. Welcome to Fireplaces Plus in the heart of downtown Bettendorf, a great small business right at the end of 18th Street at State Street, right here in our downtown area. We're here today with a firefighter, Shaun Logan. Thank you very much for joining the mayor's message.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You
Appreciate
bet.
it.
Shaun's going to talk to you about some fire safety tips as we move into the cold weather season and the holidays just around the corner. So first and foremost, talk to us, Shaun, a little bit about wood burning fireplaces and stoves.
Yeah, like you said, it's getting colder now. People are going to start firing these fireplaces up. Most people have electric, but some people still have the fire.
I like the
fire
regular.
burning. Yeah, it looks really good. Some of the safeties that we see, like obviously we want people to have yearly checks professionally. Come in, look at your firebox, check out your fireplace.
The flue and all
the flue.
things.
Yeah, make sure your chimney and your firebox don't have cracks, damage, anything like that. Critters crawling up there. Just to kind of get that professionally done yearly, especially if you use it a lot in the wintertime.
Okay.
So have them professionally come in. They'll clean it out.
Fireplaces Plus will do that for you.
They're looking for, like, if you see, you can do it yourself. You can look up there, see if there's cracks, broken stuff, anything like that. And you can call people to come in, but they're going to clean it out for you. They know that black tarry leftover residue up in there. It's kind of a good way for things to catch fire. Yeah, that can cause a lot of issues catching fire if it gets built up enough.
Okay.
So they can come in there and clean that out for you. Obviously, if cracks are in the chimney box or the chimney, that can get out into your walls, and that's kind of where we usually see most of our stuff when we respond, is that stuff kind of breaches out of that chimney and into those firewalls. So the flue is also a big thing for us to make sure that that's an operation. You can check to make sure that's opening and closing. Most people probably know this, but you want that open when you have that fire going. It's going to be hard to do once the fire's been burning, just because things get hot and everything like that. So try to remember to
get
do
it
that
done first.
Right away, yep, and then close it when you're done, to keep any of that air coming back in to keep your house warm once you're done. Daily use, obviously we like to see people clean it out. Make sure you clean everything out, dispose of it correctly. Metal can, put lots of water on it, things are still hot. We don't want you burning your fireplace overnight while you're sleeping.
Right.
Just so you can keep an eye on it to make sure everything's going good. But just disposing everything, making sure everything's clean after each use.
Clearly, you want to keep kids away from hot surfaces.
Yes.
You know, the obvious stuff.
Yeah, like you have kids, obviously keep them away. Pets, like I have kids, and a lot of times a lot of their stuff ends up right here.
Oh yeah.
Blankets and toys and stuff like that. So you want to keep that stuff away as best you can. If you can have some kind of cover, grate in front of the fire. This one's covered with the glass, but some are open. So if you have something there to kind of keep that as a little warning, like you're getting too close to it. Those are kind of the big things that we see. A lot of things we do see is the flue. People forget about the flue, or it's not working correctly.
Okay.
They start that first fire of the year, and then that smoke starts coming into the house. And that's not good. So that's when we get called too, because they think something's wrong or something's burning. So those are kind of the big things. Obviously too, fire safety stuff, have your smoke detectors working, your CO detectors working, having that fire extinguisher nearby or close. That way, if anything does kind of break out or gets out of control,
take care of it before it gets out of control.
Hopefully you can do something before they call us and we can get there. So it's always good to have that stuff there too.
Okay. Terrific. So some good fire tips. Talk to me a little bit about space heaters. We've got them running all the time right now as it starts to get cold, and especially in businesses where maybe the folks are thinking, geez, I need it a little bit more warm in my little cubicle, my office, my area. You brought a space heater.
Yep.
Talk to us a little bit about space heater safety.
Yeah, so a lot of people do use these. You'll see them, like I said, around offices or anywhere that people get the drafts and the cold, the wind's blowing in.
Upstairs bedrooms, things like that.
Yep, people like to use them. They're actually kind of handy for staying warm, but they do cause a lot of issues. A lot of the older ones don't have the safety mechanisms built into them, so that's where we kind of see a lot of hazards with those.
Okay.
A lot of the newer ones, if they get bumped and tip over, they shut off. If they get too hot, they'll shut off. So that kind of helps mitigate some of those problems. But these older ones kind of cause us more problems, and that's what we see when we were corresponding.
And you're getting called to those fires too.
Yep. So those, like if they get too hot and your kids walk by and again throw their blankets wherever they want to, and the blanket goes over top of them or it gets too close, we want to keep that like 3-foot radius around these things to make sure no flammable material gets around them so they don't cause that to catch fire.
Okay.
So a lot of the old ones is what we see because they don't have those safety mechanisms built into them. Like plugging them in, obviously we don't want to use extension cords with these. We want these to be plugged in right to an outlet of the wall. That way it's a little more safer for your space heater. We don't want anything else plugged into them. So like if the outlet has like another electronic plugged in, we want to make sure this is kind of the only thing plugged into it.
Only thing in the sockets.
Yeah,
even though if there's an extra socket or two there.
Yeah, try to keep this as the only one so we don't overwork that circuit and cause an issue there. So that's kind of what we see, frayed lines coming off and get plugged in. Yeah, inspect it, make sure it's working. Again, make sure it's away from everything. Don't set it on couches and stuff like that where you could tip over and catch stuff on fire because it's too hot.
Can you set it on a carpet floor?
You can. I mean, I'd be very careful with that because again, it's on carpet. So as soon as it tips over,
or
it's
it gets hot enough.
Yep, it gets hot enough.
Start to melt the carpet.
And some people still do have those older ones that don't have those safety things built into them. So we do see these quite a bit. There's something that people like to use, but they can be very dangerous with flammable stuff and tipping over and overdoing the circuits with having extension cords plugged in. So make sure there's plugged in right to the wall and nothing else in there, and keep everything away. And hopefully they keep you warm long enough for the winter time at least. But
I'm really glad you're there, but if you don't have to go on any more calls, that's okay with me.
That's
keep
right.
people safe, right?
Yes.
You're that second line. If you can keep things safe in your house so we don't have to call the firefighters, that's preferable, even for our firefighters. They're just there to help you out. So thanks so much for joining the Mayor's Message.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Great job. Appreciate you, Shaun. Have a great weekend and a wonderful holiday season.